Welcome to day 5 of our week of webisodes. Now, Gail, today we have a rocking, a reveal, an accordion, a slider, a spinner. What would you say?
I say it sounds like a hunky-dory Christmas, oh my.
By golly, it is. And that's just 5 of the types of cards we have.
And we're going to show you other ways to use them too.
Exactly. Come play with us. Well, here's what we have today. Now, it's actually called a selection box, and what Hunkydory has done is they've taken 5 kits and put them together.
Right.
And they're all kind of, well, not kind of, they are all specialty.
They're fun and interactive cards.
Yes, and the instructions come on this sheet, which is included, but we're going to show you all you need to know.
And so the 5 different sets that you see here are a rocker, accordion, it's actually a mini accordion, a reveal, which has an easel element, a slider, and a spinner card, and those are really interesting.
Okay, so we're going to just keep all of these over here.
Start with the rocker card.
Okay.
I love the artwork on here. It's just pop. And
fun and
just
festive.
Fun and festive, I agree.
So this is going to have 2 sheets like this with all the die cut pieces. You can see how fun and playful they are.
And then it has the die cut card bases that are scored and ready to fold and put together.
And foiled, we might add, and you even get the envelopes. So that's all nice. Now the very first card looks like this.
So there's your rocker element. You've got that beautiful stacking artwork on there, and there's the rocker. So just very simply, you can.
It's kind of a double rocker, actually.
It is. It's a double rocker. So here's what the die-cut card base looks like. It's scored in the center here, in between the 2 pieces, and down here. So you just do a mount and fold on both of those, just like that, and then you can place your stacked artwork on these 2 pieces, and it will, you see when it's sideways, it's like that, and it rocks. Very simple.
Just that easy, huh?
Easy.
No problem. Now, if you decide that you want to use these for scrapbooking, I want to quickly say you can. And here's how. Now, this was taking, why don't you show where those pieces?
Taking one of those card bases and cutting apart the pieces. So there are 2 pieces. This one is that piece down below, and then the other piece here is placed up at the top. So you can use them to accent journaling on your scrapbook page.
And then the die cuts are right here. So we've got Happy Christmas, and plus the 3D elements that pop up that you can foam tape getting close so you can see that.
And these are really fun. There's lots of tiny little 3D die cuts here to stack on. All of these tiny pieces that you see are all stacked on.
And they're all die cut, so
and
it's
there
easy.
are foil accents on there, so this is great. This was combined with the red fireworks holographic back here.
Should I bring that in?
Sure.
There you go. There's the red fireworks.
So just a little bit of an accent, and this was done on the Christmas Sweets paper pack.
Right, and then we did add some of the border dazzles to go along that curve, and even though they're straight in the package, you can curve them. That's the way they're designed.
They're right here on the center of this tiny little banner piece. This strip of fireworks holographic is great. Also, we use the numbers dazzles, which are great for journaling because you can put a year on there very simply.
And they do come in gold or silver, but you've got 204 just in case you're counting.
And check the gallery for the other dazzles. There were some Christmas dazzles that say blessings on there, and that's just it's a very fun look.
So just to go back, that is our Merry Christmas one and our rocker. So that's all together. Now we're going to go into the next one, and that is the mini accordion fold. And again, you've got artwork to complete 4 different projects, and the die cuts just come out so easily that I kind of have to be careful here.
Sometimes hard to even show them to you, but I love the different colors, and there are some muted greens, but just some beautiful ghosted colors and lots of gold accents.
And these are printed on both sides.
And there's a very good reason
foiled
for that.
on one. And
lots of sentiments and fun little tags that go along with these.
And envelopes are included.
And envelopes. So that small envelope, you're going to see that's this mini little card.
And here we go. Let me get this out of the way. way. And as you said, it's a mini card, but look what that accomplishes.
These are these great card bases. The die-cut bases have this great little mechanism for attaching this on there, and I can show you how that's done.
Okay.
When you look at them, you might think, well, let's see, here's my die-cut card base, and here's the piece that's going to go on it. How do you make these 4 squares sit on those 4 pieces?
How do you do that?
Well, you're going to start by folding these on the scores. And I started on the left. You can do it one way or the other way. I'm choosing to do this dark green on this side, and then on that side you can do writing on the back, or you can even put a double layer of card toppers on the back there if you like. And then I started by mountain folding, then valley folding, then mountain folding. So that's an accordion fold. Mm-hmm. So I started on the left that way. Once you have it like that, the pieces in the center will actually swivel on this tiny little scored line. I do need to get in kind of close on there. So this is the part that's cut away around here, and right here is this scored line at the top and the bottom, and you just fold it on there so it will twist, and you can get them to lay flat to accept those that other piece that I'm going to show you. So then you take this piece and you're going to weave it in there. So you're staying on top of those panels that you see, weaving it underneath and then over that one and then under this one. So when you're done, and if you glue each one of these panels to the panel behind, then when it's, let me see if I actually pull it, you can, when you glue onto each one of them, then these will fold together too, and they create that accordion fold. So that's how that's done. Just go ahead and glue it onto each panel.
And then after doing that, you have all of those pieces that you can add.
You can decorate. So, you can add die
right.
cuts, you can add tags, labels, you can add ribbon if you like.
Lots of them, and as you said, they're all foiled, they're all die cut, and they match perfectly.
Right.
So
just so that you remember that once this is constructed and you pull it apart, it will never lay completely flat. It will be like this. So you can either have it flat folded, or when it's open completely, it's going to, right, okay.
All right. So here again, so just to go into this nice and close, as it is closed, you can see that we've got this centered on top, and we've done some layering with foam tape. Mm-hmm. And then as I open it, you can see how those separate. And actually, you've got enough to do them on the reverse side too, which is pretty amazing.
Right, so you can use lots of those different die cuts. You can decorate it on the front and back, and when it's sitting on someone's desk or table, then people can see the front and the back.
Or you can use those and do something else with them.
Well, you know, another thought that I had, it would be interesting to put some pictures on these, and then someone could hang it. You know, you could hang it this way and have pictures hanging down, and that would be a nice decoration, or even put it on the wall like that.
Good idea. Now, if you want to do something with those leftover pieces, here is a suggestion. So this is just on a blank card. Mm-hmm. We have added the green suede and the gold metallic.
The gold metallic. Mm-hmm. There are some great, beautiful red jewel dazzles here, and I love this ribbon. This is a ribbon from our new Christmas cheer ribbon set. It contains this beautiful specialized ribbon that was just created just for us, and then this nice little twine too. So great decorative elements to add to those panels.
But isn't that just elegant?
It is.
I mean, just beautifully elegant. And then on the inside, there's room for another, or you have more.
Right, and I love it going the opposite direction. You've got the vertical and then horizontal this way.
So you have options. You can do both, of course. Mm-hmm. So, and you've got enough to make 4 of these, so however you decide to use them.
Right.
Now we're going to go to another set, and
which is the reveal.
Okay.
Actually I think they call it the midnight or winter's night reveal. And it's got several different designs.
Of course. So there's going to be 4 sheets, I bet, in 4 different colors.
You'll need 1 sheet for each one of these cards.
Right. And then, so there's the dark. And then you have some ribbon and some envelopes.
Right.
And this, let me get all of this out of the way, help. Okay. So what's going to happen is that this is going to be an easel.
Right.
So like so.
So it's a great little easel card.
But
also,
As we get in close, you can see that this pulls up to reveal your message, all in gold foil.
Right, and it's all, the message is already there, and you can just add some dazzles. For this one in particular, we added the tiny holly dazzles. They come in a 3-pack, so there are lots and lots of holly leaves and jewel dazzles to add. And I just thought that was a fun way to accent this. You've got it on the inside, on the tag, and even down on the base.
Okay, so show us how to do that. Now the instructions are included, just want to make sure.
They are, but here are the elements that I took off of one of those sheets. And the first thing I want to show you is when you pop this piece out, there's this piece right in the center that you need to pop out, and it does not get used on this card. So you can use this somewhere else. And
extra
it
art.
is beautiful artwork too. So we've got the cover plate, we've got the piece that's going to be behind it, we've got this strip that's going to attach to the easel, and we've got the base. I'm going to start with, let's see, I think I'll start with the base. So I've got ultra tape, 1/4-inch ultra tape, which is great for attaching this. Comes like that, it's super adhesive, and I'm going to go ahead and remove the ultra tape from this little tab at the end. So it's scored, this strip is scored at the ends, at this one, at the end here, and it's scored in the center here. You want to take this little tab, and on the base there's a flat edge. You want to hook it around that flat edge and just tape it behind. Okay. So very simple. You know that that's right where it goes. We'll set that aside for the moment. Now we want to assemble this piece. This piece, here's the back with that sentiment. It's scored on the side, and I'm going to do, right close to the sentiment, I'm going to do a valley fold, and then the tab, I'm going to go back and do a mountain fold. So it looks like that.
So you're creating the background of the frame.
Right. So this is actually going to be sort of a box behind that front cover. And I've done that for each of those tabs, and then I'm going to remove the ultra tape. And 1, 2, 3, this is perfect, 1/4-inch, just perfect for this. Make sure that these are sitting up kind of flat and ready to go. And then I'm going to set this piece right on top of that. Try to set it on there so it's all of those tabs are hidden away, just like so. So there we go. Now just press that on there, because that was double-sided tape. Now you've got this opening there. And then I just put this right onto the bottom of that. I'm going to line this up at the bottom here. So I'll remove the ultra tape from just the lower part of below that score line on that strip. Then I'm going to line up the bottom of this.
And you're keeping that tab, that flap straight.
Right, I'm holding it down flat.
Okay.
And I'm getting the bottom edge of here, even with the bottom edge of the base, centering it and just setting it right on there. And now you've got that ready to go. You can foam tape a little sentiment here, and that will keep the easel up, just like that. You see how it's connected. And it's ready for this. You put the ribbon at the top of the tag, and you slide that in, and there you go.
In fact, there was even a hole punch, so that's ready for you. So you have a couple of things going. So you've got this decorative easel card, but you also have the reveal, which is very, very nice. And
that's a fun little card.
It is fun, and it's pretty flat too, and incredibly lightweight, I might point out. So
each one of these has envelopes as well.
Yes.
So they all have envelopes.
That's exactly right. Now we're going to go into this one.
Okay, and these are the slider cards. So this first page here is the actual artwork, and you're going to get two different...
couple of sheets of those.
Right, a couple of sheets of those that will create 4 slider cards.
And then here's the mechanisms that you're going to get. Again, always four different colors, and in all of these, 4 envelopes. So
I'll take that over here.
You want to take that? Okay, let me show you the card. And here is the card. It's kind of has this little pop-up thing, and there's a thumb pull down here. So I'm going to pull that, and there's the slider. It's going to lift up like so.
So it's just a beautiful, it's very simple to create this because they've got it all ready to go. But I want to comment that there are 2 different ways of doing this slider card. You can do it the front way, this way, or you can do it so that from behind or from above, and I'm going to show you that way.
Okay.
If you follow the directions that go with Hunkydory, it's going to actually slide from above.
Okay.
And so that's the way I'm going to show you.
Does that mean that our people didn't do it the exact same way?
No, it just means that our people are creative and they found another way to do it.
Nice cover.
Thank you. So here is the card that's scored here, and I'm going to start with the silver foil part on top, and I'm going to fold it right there. I'm going to do a mountain fold. That's where it's going to be folded though for the moment. I'll let it lay flat. Here's the piece that's going to be pulled out the top. There is a tab on this side. That tab is going to be, for the instance that I'm doing here, it's going to be face down because it needs to hook around here. I'm actually going to fold it up like so, and then I'm going to place it underneath here so you can see it from the opening. Now here I have, at the bottom of the opening, I have that tab sitting up, and the top of that piece is even with the top. There's a thumb pull right there, and I want it even with the top of the card. So now I just lay this down. I've got, it's all red, it might be kind of hard for you to see, but I've got ultra tape here at the bottom, so I just take that off and I'm actually going to fold it over it, and that just really helps you to see exactly where that's going to be. That's where that's going to sit, and then when I pull on this, because this is scored in the center, it's going to pull this up like so.
Easy.
Now that I have that, I turn it over. I've got ultra tape around the outer edges of that opening. I've just got a couple of pieces, and you can use a little bit more ultra tape if you want it to be a little more sturdy, and then you just fold this flat over. There we go. Now the card is sealed, and all we have is that pull in the middle. I've got some ultra tape on the lower portion.
And actually, you might be wondering, well, gosh, isn't this going to show that first attachment that you made?
Right.
But it won't,
But
because
it won't,
you're going to put...
Because I'm going to put that card topper on top of it. So I'm taking the ultra tape off. I've got a couple of strips on there. I'm just going to lay this down flat, and I'm going to sort of center this over that opening.
And do you want the bottom of it to be at the bottom of that?
Pretty even with the bottom.
Okay.
It can go over it just a little bit. It won't hurt. And I want the sides even too. Oh, I've got it on upside down. Turn it around.
That might be my fault that I handed it to you that way.
That's all right. So there we go. You just stick it. Now it's stuck down to the bottom half of that slider, so that when I pull it, only the top pops up.
Okay, so then you can do something on the inside.
You can add a sentiment there. You can put some sentiments on the outside.
Right. And there are pieces on the sheet to do that, just like this one is showing.
Right.
So you've got a couple of options if you want a bottom slider or if you want a top slider. And I do like this because I like how the foil part is showing, because all of those have foiling. So that's really nice. Now our fifth one and last style is this spinner, and the spinners are really cute.
They are really cute, and there are two different styles of spinners on two different designs. So you get two sheets, and there is a circular spinner and there is a slide spinner.
And then you also get the basis for all four of the cards, okay? And you get four envelopes.
Envelopes. So let's see what one looks like.
Okay, so I'm going to bring in the circle one to begin with. And this is just dances around. Look at their spinning little penguin doing all of that. Great fun to play with.
So that's the spinner part.
I have a granddaughter who's going to love this.
Here's a little something that you have to know. To be able to complete these, each card takes 2 pennies.
And they are not included.
And they are not included.
There you go. You just need to know this.
You'll have to supply your own pennies. This one in particular, we went a little bit extra and we added a spoonful of sugar, snow.
Spoonful of
snow to the edge of that. So I just Versamarked the edges, and I added a little Versamark to the little penguins too. And
there's the spoonful.
Yeah,
and
put that on there and heat set with a heat gun, and that gives you a little snow on there.
And then as your penguin is sliding and skating all around, it really slides nicely. It does. This is fun, guys.
Well, that's if you follow the instructions.
Oh, is that important?
That's kind of important.
Okay.
So here's one of the die-cut card bases. This is the other design, but actually I'm going to show you both designs to show you something important. There is the circular spinner, there is the slide spinner. If you're going to do a circular spinner, you have to choose the one that has the artwork that looks sort of like this. Everything is around the bottom, it's around the top like that, and there's this roundish open area. If you're going to do the slide, you have to choose the one that has, you can sort of see the background, that there's this slide area that's sort of open in the middle that goes like that. So that's for the slide spinner. This is for the circular spinner. This is the one we're doing, and I've gone ahead and popped out the large circle that goes in the center. There are 3 pieces here, a center, an inner frame, and an outer frame. We're going to get rid of the inner frame. You can use that on something else. Maybe you can use it to frame a circular photo on a scrapbook page somewhere.
There you go.
So we have the inner, and then, or the center. Here I'm going to remove that inner frame, and then we have the outer frame. Before I do anything else, I turn these over and I put a double layer, and it does say this.
So 2 thicknesses.
2 thicknesses of foam tape. With the outer ring, you want to keep it towards the outer edge. That's important so that it doesn't interfere with the mechanism here. So foam tape on the outer edge here, and then you want to keep the foam tape away from the edge here, but they both have to be double layers. Don't attach them yet. You can just sort of set them there for the moment. And then you have 1 penny, and here's the other penny. So let me show you this one. This penny, I've got the little, the reindeer attached to it. I actually put one of the little round die cuts over it to hide the penny a little bit. I foam taped the reindeer on. And so there's the penny on the back. That one sits still just the way it is. This is the all-important mechanism penny. That is a 3/16 inch double stacked square of foam tape. It's important that it really shouldn't be any bigger than about 3/16 inch, or it's not going to travel along that little slide that we have. So here we go. Let's see, I'll start with attaching the center. I can do that. So I'm going to take all the foam tape backing off, and I'm just going to put this right in the center of my card. Then I'm going to take that penny, and that foam tape's on there. I don't need to remove that yet. I'm just going to set that next to it because it's going to travel around here. I need to sort of capture it with this one, and so that it will slide around this mechanism. So I'm going to remove this, and I would use a little bit more foam tape around the edges, but I'm trying to do this quickly.
Oh, more spaces in more areas.
To make it more sturdy. You don't want this to get very bent. It'll still work, but when you center this, do your best to leave the same distance all the way around the outside of that center circle. So you're capturing that penny and you're centering this as much as you can. There we go. So that is on there, and now that penny will glide around in there like so. Then I can just remove the top layer of the adhesive covering from the penny and center this penny over that one, and fold my card closed, and there you go.
As he dances, there are flying reindeer.
Yeah, it's fun. There are also die cuts to stack on top of the artwork images, and I suggest use 1 layer of foam tape and go ahead and put those on before you put this one on, so it won't interfere with that.
And actually, let me show you that on the finished card. So you can see that this almost tucks under a little bit, or is just below the edge of that outer circle, as you described it. So this has extra artwork, so on 2 of the corners. And then because this goes all the way around, the artwork also goes all the way around.
And there's really no reason to put a message on the front because it has little messages. It has a hello, it says fun times. So.
And then you have the inside ready to go, and that's really a great use of that spoonful of snow.
I just added a little bit more. It looks like he's still ice skating there or on the snow.
And have a fun-filled Christmas is the message. Just absolutely charming, as all of these are. Now we have one more slider, and that is the S slider. So that's going to be done exactly the same way. Or do you have something to show us?
It is the same, except that it's
what a good girl you
slider.
are.
So just to point out the same, I'm not going to put it all together, but I'll just tell you. So you've got this piece, I've got the double double-sided foam tape and a double stack around the outer edge of that so it doesn't interfere with this slide. So when you put this on, it's going to sit just like that on this style of card base, and you're going to capture that penny in there before you foam tape it down.
Just
so
like
just
you did
like the other
before.
one, capture that penny in there and make sure it will move. This is why it's so important for this to be about 3/16 of an inch. If it's any bigger, it won't slide in there. And then you just have the other penny. You always have to have 2 pennies on the back of this penguin, and he sticks on there. And same effect.
And there it is with the reindeer as he is traveling down that slide. And we've just added a little bit of ribbon. You do have the same thing where you get extra die cuts that you can foam tape to give a little dimension.
Right.
And then on the inside, how absolutely charming.
fun?
Yes, have a merry little Christmas, it tells us.
And these are, we've got gold jewel dazzles, and this cord actually comes from the Petaloo Fancy Trims.
Oh,
there's some fun
okay.
little, there's some tinsel and some fun Christmassy trims in that set.
So we promised you that we have sliders and that we have rockers.
We have an mini accordion.
Right, and we have
A
the
reveal
reveal.
card with the easel.
And we have
A
the
slider card. So lots of fun interactive cards that are sure to make anybody happy for Christmas.
Absolutely. So this week you have seen some of the Hunkydory kits that offer a lot of die cuts, and we've shown you different ways to do it.
Right.
And then like today, where everything is a uniquely shaped card.
Right.
That's
Plus you've
fun.
had from contemporary to cutesy to whimsical. So.
Right, everything in between. So thank you so much for joining us, and Hunkydory has done a marvelous job for us, and happy holidays.
Have a Merry Christmas.